Hello, and welcome to an overview of the product Generational, a story about stories by ProperNerdy. This video is designed to give you a quick walkthrough of the product, how it works, what it's good at, where I got it, and why I use it. This isn't intended as an in-depth review, but just an overview. It's not an outright endorsement either, nor is this content sponsored. Generational is a 22-page PDF with a 4-page addendum that I purchased for a very reasonable price on itch.io. Its author describes it as, quote, an improvisational and collaborative way to tell a story that spans eons and creates a history of an entire world. It's designed for group storytelling, and it notes that it isn't a TTRPG as such. Effectively, players take turns telling stories about important or influential individuals in history, and then roll a d100 to determine how many years pass between the end of their story and the beginning of the next player's story. These stories and events are then placed upon a timeline as the final product of the experience. If, when rolling for the amount of years passing, a player rolls either a 1 or a 100 on the dice, then the character coming up is a once-in-a-generation character. That character will be influential for the rest of the round, and all the other players must link their stories back to this character for a little while. But it is the optional features of this game that drew me to it. These features are a solid collection of D100 tables that allow you to define eras and characters and magical characters and landscapes. The tables contain both prescriptive prompts, which force you into a particular way of thinking, and interpretive prompts, which allow you to keep your creativity open when interpreting them. But all the tables are noted as starting points for the storytelling that should come from the players. In Exploring with Mondo Episode 2, I used the system primarily for those random tables and less for its movement towards storytelling directly. This was primarily because I approached the product as an individual as opposed to in a group setting as it's designed for. So I soullessly hollowed out the collaborative experience from the product despite it being a core focus. Literally, there are pages of advice and tips across both the core rulebook and the addendum for how players are supposed to collaborate and communicate. There are sections on playing to the top of your intelligence, asking for and giving inspiration, suggestions, collaborative storytelling, player agency, and directing. I also took a loose approach to even rolling on those tables, particularly when it came to the suggested chronology of the ages table and the fact that the planet table was designed to be rolled instead of a character, as opposed to alongside a character. All to say that episode 2 of Exploring with Mondo shows off the strength of the tables, but not the strength of the system. It was appealing to me primarily due to the size of the tables, the interpretive space the tables provided, but also the elegant way the system introduces and maintains the prevalency of fantastical elements emerging based on your preferences. The game itself is simple, though I can see it putting a lot of pressure or onus on the players to be good storytellers in order to make the most out of the experience, particularly if they aren't using the optional tables to give themselves prompts and parameters. The rulebook does note, saying, quote, generational is intense, in all caps. It asks a lot from its players. Every 5 to 10 minutes you'll be coming up with a brand new character and will need to give them a whole life. I know a group of my friends that would be brilliant to play this with, but I also know that they aren't the norm when it comes to improvisational creativity. I like how the game focuses on people first, and lives first. So much of our history is defined by bigger concepts, like cultures or technological ages or big swings. But I also, as seen at the end of episode 2, wanted there to be more about those characters creatively dictated by the system. So something beyond just a job description. So that was Generational. If you want to check it out, the link to where I found it will be in the description below. If you would like to see how I used/butchered this product, you can link directly to the episode where I used it up here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.